All right, welcome to the end of the course. We're going to spend a few minutes reviewing Danielle's resume, make some final tuning, final tweaks, and I want you to imagine as if I'm doing this with you. So Danielle, go ahead and put yours up and let's go through it. All right, so here it is. Danielle Wilcox, Behavioral Health Coordinator. I love the fact that you've adopted that title. This next piece is my favorite part. So that is attractive. I can see the identity, I can see the direction, and I can see the connection. Okay, before we launch too much further, can you zoom out a little bit and let's see how this looks as a picture. All right, so we've got good margins on the right, maybe a little tight on the left. Top is perfect. You might even use a little bit more of that. Bottom, we've got some room. Remember, this is an ATS readable resume. This is the template you're going to be able to pull from and apply using ATS forms and online application systems. Let's do a little bit with this space that we've got. Let's use the whole page. So at the very top, right after your objective, oh, by the way, that objective, you might just say career objective or objective statement. That might add a little bit of flavor to it. But right after that, let's make a list of skills. This was back in an earlier module, just after we did the objective statement of listing skills. Since we've got room, this can help fill out that space. Now, there's two ways to do this. We're going to bump down experience a little bit, and then just list skills. The two ways of doing this are 3 bullets of a statement or a line, or you can simply make 3 columns of 3 and just list those skills. All right, so we spent a minute or two and added some skills. Danielle, you've chosen to put some bulleted sentences. That looks great. Let's see how it looks now. Zoom out a little bit, and how do we do with margins? Excellent. We are solid in one page. The only thing I would change here is just moving the left-hand margin in a little bit, and we've got something that really rocks. Okay, let's zoom in and take a look at just a quick pass. So skills, experience. I see that you've used the present tense. We've got the business value equation. We've got numbers. I'm scanning down through this, K through 8. I can see some outcome results, hundreds and 15, 3 stores, 9 weeks. Those look really, really good. Okay, let's examine this really quick for present tense verbs and see if we've got the value equation locked in. By the way, 2 out of 3 is just fine. You don't have to spell it out every single time. If we're demonstrating it, 2/3 of the time, that will subconsciously communicate that we're there. So transport 12 students safely to and from school 4 days a week to guarantee timely arrival. There it is. The 2 is the equal sign to guaranteeing timely arrival. That's the business value. You've got your metrics there, 4 days and 12 students, and the present tense verb, since this is your current role. Let's check another one in your past history. Ensured timely and correct billing of hundreds of claims weekly to facilitate insurance payments. Good. So you're showing me that in every role that you've got, you provided value to your employer. Okay, education. I love the education piece. We curated, we have intention to apply since this is ongoing, and you've got some additional certifications there. Let's see if you got the hook. It's the very last thing, right? My dream is to create a ranch experience with outdoor recreation and a direct fly-in option for clients and guests. Oh, that is a hook for me. Those of you who know anything about me know that I'm a pilot and I'd love to fly into destinations like that. Okay, let's see if we can craft this, just tweak this a little bit. Your dream is to create a ranch experience with outdoor recreation. Okay, let's call this a fly-in ranch experience. That is what I would be looking for, a fly-in ranch experience. So while she's changing that, let me just mention a few things. Having a mentor to actually look at this, who knows your industry and or knows you a little bit, is going to serve you so, so well. I hope that you understand how valuable it is to have someone proofread this for not only content and the spelling errors, proofreading it that way, but also for readability and to test the hook. That is going to be super, super helpful and serve you so well. All right, so here's some final thoughts that we want to share with you. First of all, congratulations on making it through the course. We've asked you to do a lot of work. I know that if you've done that, your resume is going to look massively better. It's going to read better. It's going to present yourself in a way that is irresistible because you are showing people what you have to bring to the table. You're not begging for a job, and you're showing the value of the transactional nature of the way that you work. That is going to accelerate you to the lead of the pack. I hope that you go back and review some of these elements. Here is the next step. Put this resume in front of somebody else. Find a colleague, a mentor, a friend, someone who represents you in a professional environment, or you're a peer, and have them read through it. See if they pick up on the things that you've added. If you are representing yourself in your non-native language, make sure that you find someone who is speaking the language that this interview will be conducted in, and have them read through that resume. There's some nuances that you may not recognize that will add some final polish to your resume if you'll do that. Memorize your objective or summary statement. It is so impressive when the first words out of somebody's mouth, a candidate's mouth, when they come to me, is a line, almost a word for word recitation of what I've read about them. It just substantiates a level of confidence and trust that the rest of the meeting, it sets the tone for the rest of the meeting. Presenting yourself that way is just incredibly powerful. Practice it at least 50 times out loud, and then share it with 20 people. That's my challenge to you. And keep track of how many people that you share. Get a tally sheet and mark it down yourself. I promise if you do that, it will roll off the tongue very comfortably and confidently. A word on confidence. Confidence is knowing who you are and then claiming what the truth is about your experience. If you have that, if you can claim the truth about what you've done and present yourself with a solid me in 30 seconds, you're going to stand out because you will pause in the right place and you will be solid in your delivery. Okay, that's what I want for you. Can I give you a few tips of how you might fail? If you fail to proofread, if you fail to practice, if you fail to memorize or learn very well your presentation, you're going to show up a little bit weaker. If you fail to have stories prepared that are brief, that explain the topics that you outline in your resume, you're going to show up a little bit weaker. That will take some of the stress out. I wish you well. All right. Awesome.